It's the first day on this new job here. The old North Fork of the Spring River right there, the North Fork, whatever they call it, the river. It doesn't look like it got out of its banks, but it's running pretty good right now still. You see some of the trees we got to cut. There's a pretty good sized walnut there. Of course, we'll cut that guy too. Somebody's tied some wire around these trees. It doesn't go in them, but it's around them. Of course, there's several good trees down here in this little low area, kind of under the little shelf bluff here. We're just getting started this morning. Dad's over there on that side, and I'm gonna work up in here, get a lot of these cut, try to get them ready to go. It's actually it's not too bad up here on top. It's really, we could drag today pretty easily. I'm sure we'll go down here in the bottom and cut in a bit, but as of now, I'm not so sure. Once we start getting a few down, I won't try to get some of them drug out. And up here on the landing, we didn't bring the skid steer down. And this evening we might cut a tree in Stockton. Dad's got a tree bought. It must be a good one if it's just one, but he said we need to take the skid steer and get it out. Of course, they're calling for more rain starting this afternoon. It's already clouding up in the west, so we'll try to get some of these cut, then maybe go look at some timber here in a bit too, here in the area. Just try to make the most of the day, but I better get going. Dad's gonna get ahead of me. The last tree we cut, I felt the saw when I was boring it out. I felt that I hit something, which it's that tree right over there. It's down. I got it down. I should have just stopped, I guess, because as soon as I hit something, the bore cut went crooked and the stump looks terrible. But once I got it on the ground, I've seen about 3 different places where there's blue in the log, meaning there's metal in it. Like I said, I knew I hit something. See some of these teeth here. Where's a good one at? Like this one. This guy right there has really been folded back there. Yeah, these teeth got worked over pretty hard. Worked over pretty hard. That's probably about. And I know some guys, they'd take that down, they'd grind the dogs down, they'd file it out, and I've seen guys that'll have these teeth cut back to where there ain't nothing. And I mean that's fine and dandy. We don't do it. We just like this. Once we hit a rock or metal, we just consider the chain ruined. We really do. We don't take the time to grind dogs or file the dogs down. We'll sharpen the chain till we feel that it's just not cutting right anymore, and we just chuck them. I've got a barrel of old chain at home. I'm sure a lot of guys they'd keep using it and make good use of it. Like I said, nothing against that at all. I mean, if anything, it's probably us. For a lot of guys would say we waste a lot of chain or waste a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about this $23 chain. So we'll take this off, put my new one on here, because we always keep a bunch of extra chains on the truck. Then I'm finished up here on top, so I think I'll grab the axe and head down here in the bottom. Dad's over here cutting in this fence row. You can hear him now. And this whole row of trees. He's laid some down out there. We'll go down here in the bottom. We'll look at this. You can see right there, all that blue in it. That's real close to the heart. It's been there a long time. Different spots there. I think this over here is the piece that really got me. Like I said, that's pretty embarrassing, that cut there. It's crooked, but in hindsight, it's probably best that I finished the tree off with the chain that was already bad, had been hit, than rather getting a new chain and ruin it. I'll get the top worked up. Now, me and Brandon got a bunch of dirt work to do here as soon as we're done logging. We've actually got to demo this house. We've got to demo the house, and we've got a 80, 60, either a 60 or 80 by 120 pad we got to build over here, and then we got to cut in a road. So Brandon and I got a lot of dirt work to do in the coming future on this job here. But some pretty good walnut. Like I said, we've been cutting the stuff up top, which we'll look at this big tree I cut a bit ago. We'll stop and look at it on the way in the bottom, but we'll get this top worked up real quick. Now that is a chunk of wood right there. That is a beast of a tree. It cut really good too. Got an old lightning scar, but it doesn't show nothing in the butt. Nothing in the wood there. It's got a, we can probably get a good 12-foot log out of it. A good 12, then there'll be a lot of lumber above it. A lot of lumber. You can see the little light pole there. Before we come out here, they disconnected the power, took all the lines down, luckily. But that was one of the stipulations where we could start cutting or doing any of the dirt works. They were disconnecting all the lines, the utility company did. Of course, like this old rickety shack here, we crushed part of it over there, which luckily that's part of the demolition job me and Brandon got to do. But it's always fun getting to smash buildings with trees when you can get away with smashing buildings with trees. So, well, I don't know if this one's any good. We're going to tap into it, and then we're going to go down here in the bottom. I'm going ahead of Dad now, barking trees. Of course, I've got my saw sitting by one right there. Dad's cutting that one. I like cutting these little bottoms like this. Nice and open, clean. I wish we were cutting everything. There's some really good sycamore in here. I mean, some good sycamore. That's a good little cluster of them there. Just some sycamore scattered all up through this bottom. Some good maple down here. Just a little shelf. Just a little shelf up through here. All along the river. Oh, the thing might reach us. It's a tall tree. Can't be much holding on now. I know one thing, I wish we'd have brought the good axe today. I was using this precision axe. I bought a couple of them, and it's not that they're bad axes or not, but the last couple times we've been out using an axe, we've been using one of Dad's, and I don't know what kind of axe it is. An old flea market find, but it's a lot better than this thing here. Good and hung up. Let's see if we can get this one here. The water was right up in here. It's pretty muddy right here. Of course, it's a pretty good tree here. We got to cut. Water was up on it. And the river's still moving right along pretty good. And there's water right here under this bluff, right here in this low spot. That tree, isn't that a dandy? What? That's stuff you got to look for right there when you're cutting these tall things. If they fall and hit just right on that crotch, that limb, as fine grains that is, she'll split her right to the bottom. So that's why I say a lot of times it doesn't bother me when we hang these trees up. Because when I'm pulling down with the skidder, I can kind of control the fall a little bit. See, like right there? Easy. She's going to come on. See, it hit on that limb, but it was nice and soft. Nice and soft. That's a good tree. Now there's several good trees right here in this little part of the place, but see there's water standing right here under this bluff. Ridge, shelf, whatever you want to call it. I hate to really call it a bluff, but I call it kind of like a shelf. It's, like I said, these videos and pictures and cameras, they never do things justice. It doesn't look like it's that steep right there in the video, but it's steeper than it looks. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no mountain, but it's steeper than it looks. But it runs all the way down through here, just this little shelf. And this little low bottom here. Just luckily this little area here is full of some good tall walnut. I'm starting to retract my previous statement about this precision axe. I think it's more for show than for work. It's just working me to death today. It's not really a good barking axe, it doesn't seem to be. I do like the design of it, because you can get in tight places with it, but... Alright, I better get started on this one. Dad gets up here, he'd be whipping me. pretty thin sapped. These old trees they're really cutting good down here. Everything we've cut so far has been real thin sapped, which usually you get in these river bottoms. There's a big sap line on these trees, but these things are really cutting good down here. Tall, got some height to them. The wind's really starting to get up, so we're done cutting for today. The other storm's moving back in, but we still got 8 or 9 right here in a group to cut yet. A few up through here. I'll venture up through here. And that is a big tree. That is a big tree. And it's real thin sap too. I can't really get in there to show you because of that tree top, but that is a heck of a tree right there. Tall and straight. I do love getting to cutting these bottoms. I don't think there's anywhere else I'd rather cut timber than in a river bottom. My dad, he went up over the bluff there, the shelf. Let's get back to being technical. But I'm walking back down here because I left my saw down here next to a tree, and I'm going to cut it on my way out. And I'm packing Dad's saw for him. He took the axe. Guy there. A little bit of fiber pull on that back corner that held. That and there's a little sappier. A lot of good young residual trees in here. A lot of good young trees. That tree there, another 10 years, that's going to be a heck of a piece of wood. There's a lot of trees like that in here. And we're really trying to be careful with placement where we fall these trees so we don't damage those residuals. There's the tree. You can see my saw right there. We're going to whittle that guy down real quick before we leave here. We'll try this little trick again right here. Let's move this on over a little bit. No, I don't know what you can see. Leaves probably. Usually I don't cut those like that, but there wasn't really a good place to bore in, so we just went ahead and made a flat, smooth cut on it. I prefer to bore them, but sometimes when those trees are perfectly round like that, you don't really have much of a spur for your fall or for your holding wood. So wish that had a prominent lane uphill. So it all worked out good. All right, let's pack both of these things and get up out of here. Just dropped Dad off at his truck. I'm going to go home and hook up to my other pintle hitch trailer, the old one, the one we just fixed. And I'm going to deliver it to its new owner here in Stockton. Then tomorrow is kind of a toss-up. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow yet. It's supposed to rain. I mean, part of the reason why we quit cutting so early today is because the wind started blowing so hard. I mean, it's really blowing hard. The whole way back, when we got done cutting, we went and looked at a little job of timber, a little set of trees. Then we come on back to Stockton. But the wind, ever since we've left work, it has really been blowing and pushing hard. It was pushing my truck all over the road on the way home. We're about an hour, give or take, somewhere close there, about an hour from home where we're working, so it's not too bad for us. So tomorrow, text messages. So tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do yet. It just depends on what this crazy weather's going to do. It depends on if it rains, how much rain we're going to get, which, the way it's looking like rain. They're calling for rain. They're calling for rain starting here about an hour and a half, the weather I heard, which, it's wet. I really hate to see any more rain for a while. I'd really like to see it dry out so we can get some good working weather. We've had people calling us about some jobs when we're going to start cutting, and there's not much we can do, you know? Not much we can do when it gets wet like this. It delays us and the work we're trying to do and need to get done, and it makes work rough. I mean, you guys that log and you guys that do construction or dirt work, you guys know about the weather. I mean, it just throws you off. So we'll see what the weather does tonight and see how everything plays out tomorrow. I know I do have some meetings tomorrow with Shanae in Springfield, so she just informed me of that here a little bit ago. She just tells me what to do, which it works out pretty good. So Shanae's working hard as she always does, keeping me in line. So I guess that's it for today. It was good to be in. It was good to be in the timber. It was good to be cutting. It felt good to be cutting. Don't get me wrong, I love running the skidder. I love running the skid steer, but I love cutting trees. I would rather cut trees than do anything. I would. I love being on the business end of that chainsaw. So, guys, thanks a lot for following along. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on our social outlets, Turner Logging LLC at Instagram and Facebook. Everything Logger Threads. Shanae is working on a deal with Logger Threads right now, a new promo deal. And that's all we're going to say for right now. You've got 2 days left to take advantage of the free shipping, today and tomorrow. After that, the free shipping promo she's doing is over. And it's a great way. It'll save you $7 or $17 depending on where at in the world you are. Because shipping rates are $7 domestic and $17 international. And even at $17 international, we take it on the chin sometimes because we learn a lot with Logger Threads. Logger Threads has been a fun learning process. It really has, and that's what I like about it. We learn more about it every day. We learn how to try to streamline it, make things more efficient, make it flow and work better. So, and one of the things I learned is that international shipping rates are ridiculous to some places in the world. So, but yeah, you got 2 days left, today and tomorrow, to take advantage of that free shipping. To try the most, like the Logger Thread shirts. Like, I'm in a Turner Logging LLC shirt almost every day. Almost every day I go to work, I'm wearing one of my company shirts, and these are nice shirts. I gave a lot more money for these shirts than I do the Logger Thread shirts by far, even at retail. And the Logger Threads are by far a lot more comfortable shirts than these. They're a lot more comfortable. So if you're thinking about trying Logger Threads, you got 2 days left to take advantage of free shipping. You won't regret it. It's nice stuff, nice stuff. So do that. She's going to work me tomorrow. Hopefully this rain, we won't get too much. And then Thursday, hopefully we'll be back to, hopefully tomorrow we're doing something, but Thursday for sure we'll be back to either cutting, dragging. We'll be doing something Thursday. We're going to try to work all weekend long, because that was the plan last weekend, but it didn't work out. So we're going to try to push and get some wood out, keep things rolling on. So guys, thanks a lot. We will definitely see you tomorrow doing something. Not for sure what yet, but we'll be here tomorrow. Guys, see you.